Okay, so I know what you guys are thinking. Sumner, really, why didn't you just do this, like, when you first got back into the series? Well, here, I'll give you a good reason why I decided to do this. Because, well, I don't have any new ideas for videos. Yeah. Although, I do have another stuff with Girly, but I don't feel like making that. So, I decided to just, do this. And why? Well, because I figured it would be a good time to maybe share my thoughts on, the show. And maybe, like what I remember it from watching it as a 5-year-old. And, of course, revisiting it as a teen. And, just suddenly becoming more interested in what it has. And, having just, what interests me into liking MLP more. So, yes. Okay, so, here's one thing you should know about me, and the backstory behind, Danny Phantom. Okay, so, I first got into the show, well, it first came out when I was 3 years old, which I thought was 4, which I first thought was the age 4, because the year was 2004, and I was born, in 2000, and, well, my age is pretty easy to, I guess, recognize, But then when I found out the month it came out was April, and, well, apparently, my birthday isn't until June, so apparently I was still 3 years old when it came out. Yeah. I was really young. But apparently, I don't think I started watching it, well, I don't really know. I don't really know when I started watching it. I guess, I just saw it as a new show and thought, this is okay. Not a bad show. I mean, because I believe all of us little kids, when we're young, we watch whatever show is, on Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, or anything else. And we just don't really care what it's about. We just watch it and say, it's okay. Okay, may not be the best. Oh, but just wait until you start watching more and more and more of it. You start finding it to be your favorite cartoon. Until you're like, you know what? This show is awesome. This is my new favorite show. Now, the reason why I think I say 5 years old is, well, me liking it at 5 was because I think 5 years old was when I started to get, more obsessed with it. And, well, pretty much after that, my mom actually started noticing it, and she didn't really mind me watching it, even though the show was just a bunch of teenagers fighting ghosts, but it's alright. I didn't really care. In fact, I didn't even care if any of the main characters were teens and, older than me. In fact, nowadays, I pretty much would have known someday I probably would have gone through the same stuff they went through. And no, that wasn't fighting ghosts. It was going through high school. Because here's one thing. Okay, so I didn't really notice this until I started getting back into the show. And well, I started to notice, when watching as a teen and now in high school, I've realized, oh God, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of hard stuff I'm going through. And man, I could totally relate to this. Like, seriously, this is like anything I could watch. It's like anything I could witness. I mean, and I can see this show, pretty much, I guess, was warning me of what I might experience in high school. Well, not fighting ghosts, in high school, but just, some hard stuff. Although I never really witnessed, some stuff, but, oh man, like, a lot of, girls, being mean to each other and, just lots of fighting and arguing and all of that. Yeah, that's basically what I've noticed from watching it. Like, really, so much of it you can just remember just from watching the show itself. I mean, really, because I was like in kindergarten when I was watching it. Yeah. And I bet you're all probably like, seriously? Kindergarten? Hey, come on, what's so wrong with a kindergartner watching Danny Phantom? I mean, come on. Okay, maybe, I guess since I, already, I guess, brought up, what I can say about this, I think maybe I should talk about, what I think of each season. Season 1. I gotta say, when I was young, I did not know Mystery Meat was the first episode. Like, I actually remember only watching it once, and that was it. And, well, okay, so, reason why I watched it once. There was a part that actually freaked me out as a kid, that made me never want to watch it again, and I gotta say, thinking about it again, I'm like, okay, that was really stupid of me to get freaked out about. Why on earth would I get freaked out? And if you're wondering what it is, it was the scene from when, after we see Danny transform into his ghost form for the very first time, and him and his friends escaping from the lunch lady, he passes out. Like, that, I don't know why that even scared me. Like, seriously? Why would I be scared of someone passing out on screen? Like, Celestia, but you know what? Watching it seeing as a teen again, and realizing it was the first episode, I'm like, okay. And just watching the scene, I'm like, okay, I guess, yeah, whatever. You're young. You don't even know what you're even terrified of. Besides, the stuff you get scared of is just stupid. Like, seriously. And all the other episodes, I gotta say, some of them were good. Some of them reached my okay list. Now, what about bad episodes? Well, here's something I'm gonna let you know. I don't believe in a bad episode of Danny Phantom. Yeah, I know maybe some people have made, top 10 worst episodes lists, but I'm gonna have to disagree with all of you because I didn't find any episodes bad. Besides, Danny Phantom will always be good. And also, its episodes, even if they may be the worst, I'll just tell you one thing. A bad episode is an okay episode because I didn't find any episodes bad. Like every time I watched one, I'm like, okay, like if an episode was good or really great, I would have been like, oh, okay, you know what? This is going in my favorite episodes list. And I'm like, or if it just got an okay rating, I'd be like, okay, this episode gets an okay rating because didn't really find it as amusing as all the others, but it was still good. I mean, so much cool stuff, to see, like really, like all you could think of, and also stuff you never realized as a kid until you're now older. I'm like, gosh, like the moments when Jack and Maddie Fenton are being dummy parents and accusing their children for being ghosts. And again, I mean the first episode. I mean, you guys remember when Jazz was being accused of being a ghost? Like, and here's one thing. Whenever I actually somehow finally watching them again and seeing them on screen, I realized, okay, didn't these two ever go to parenting school? Which I know is not a real thing, but seriously, this is no way to raise a kid. Like, I guess we could also say the same for Timmy's mom and dad. Like, what the heck? Like, it's like parents don't even think before they even plan to have kids. Like, now another thing I would also like to point out. Now, the series finale, which I didn't even know was the series finale, because I also remember watching that as a young kid, and just being like, but somehow just forgetting a few things, like, okay, whatever's happening, don't really like waste me. But then it happens. Season 1 ends with Danny constantly being controlled by Freak Show. Okay, I can see what they were going for. Maybe, just something to do and all that. So, whatever. And, you know, just for sure, getting that right. So anyways, it wasn't all that bad. And I'm like, okay, well, the story. I mean, watching it again as a teen, I'm like, oh boy, this is getting intense. And then watching it the second time again, I'm like, whatever, let it go, Sumner. It's part of the storyline. Like, seriously, you have no idea. And not to mention, Freak Show made a second appearance in season 2, which happened to be my favorite episode. But I'll get onto that later. But for now, why don't I talk about, you know, how it all is. Like, you know, season 1's just, I guess, good and a perfect start. And just good. Okay, season 2, I have to say, was a good call. I mean, some of the episodes are pretty good. Like, I mean, there's so much you could think about that just is on your mind. Like how it started off. Like, just making it a 2-part episode. Like, it just starts off, like, season 2 starts off with a 2-part episode, which apparently can only appear as a completely full episode on Amazon. Yeah, found that out. And it can only come in 2 parts if you buy the DVD of the complete series and all that. Yeah, and it was apparently the only 2-part special, which I wish we could have had more and all that. So yes. And also, we even got the most coolest episode from that season, and I think you all know what I'm talking about, the Ultimate Enemy, which, in all honesty, actually just got an okay rating on my list. Okay, yeah, I know, you're all probably thinking, really, Sumner? Come on, that episode was the best. Yeah, and I know it was loved by a lot of fans, and, you know, maybe, well, I did watch it, like, you know, I actually the first time I watched it, I'm like, because I don't think I ever remember seeing it as a kid, because there were a lot of, I mean, I had some memories from watching it, but some parts of it just went blank, and I'm like, I don't remember this. Yes, I'm like, okay, I think I remember that happening in one episode. I just can't remember which one, though. And once you know it, a few years later, go back into the series, and you watch the episodes, like, oh, right! Well, you know what? There were actually a few other episodes I do remember watching, but I don't remember the beginnings of. Like there was, like, once in the episode, I guess, Identity Crisis, I think, was that episode. Like, I did not recognize the beginning of that episode until there was one part where Danny says, if only I could, like, do it all at once. And he's like, hey, maybe I can. Suddenly, a memory from that came back into my head. I'm like, oh gosh, now I remember this episode. Oh no, because I don't think I ever saw every episode of the series when I was growing up. Yeah, like, really. But yes, and I think maybe now I should talk about my most favorite episode from, you know, that happened to be from this season, even though I do have a lot of others. But this one episode from this season is like my top favorite. Like, it was, because I remember it actually reruns a lot on Nickelodeon after it aired the first time. Like, I remember some days it would air, and, you know, I would just enjoy it. And you know what? I just thought, you know what? I think I would consider that to be my favorite episode of the series, even though I hardly remember anything about it, because there were a few things I forgot. And here, I will tell you the name of the Okay, so the name of the episode that is considered my most favorite of the show is Reality Trip. Yes. I remember back then when Danny was still airing, it pretty much Nickelodeon rerun it a lot, I guess, after its first airing. And pretty much I never forgot a few things. Like, there were, like, all I remembered was, well, the beginning, and, well, there were a few minor things I forgot. Like, pretty much, I completely forgot that Danny actually revealed his true identity to everyone in that episode. I'm like, wait, what? I was like, wait, what? I don't remember that. like, because all I remembered from that was Freak Show kidnapping their parents, and that was it. Like, and this one line, you know, that was in the preview of the episode. Seriously, it's, like, so, like, crazy. Like, I'm like, because as soon as I saw it again, I'm like, okay, I thought this wasn't supposed to happen until Phantom Planet. And yeah, I was spoiled by, I completely got spoiled by the ending. Because apparently, if you read fan fiction before you start watching the show again, then that fan fiction is going to reveal some stuff you missed. You know, because I didn't actually see Phantom Planet as a young kid and all that. So, yes. Okay, now, shoot. Well, how it plays out, now how season 2 ended, I think I may remember, shoot, what episode was it again? Yeah, I kind of forgot what episode ended season 2, but, however it was, I guess it was good. Yeah, I need to look at Amazon again, like, you know, find out about it and all that. Right, so I think maybe I'll move on to season 3 now, which I know, I guess some people considered, I guess, to be not a good season because, again, a lot of it was rushed. But you know what? I didn't care because I actually have a few episodes I like, and here, I will name them off at the top of my head. There's Infinite Realms, which was really good because I really did like the whole concept of, you know, time travel and, you know, just there was so much to it I could think of and all that. And I even liked, Frightmare. That one was good, especially. And then we even got, oh yeah, and I also did like, you know, Urban Jungle. Because I actually remember back then, because I remember, you know, back when it was airing, they actually, you know, did a commercial for that episode. Except I don't think I got to see it the day it aired. Which is sad, but you know what? After finally getting to watch the series again and seeing it, I just actually remembered, you know, it being an actual episode and, well, not having the chance to see it, but knowing for a fact it was in there. So, yes. And obviously, some of the new characters in Ghost, even though some of them weren't very interesting, were still okay. In fact, if there was a Danny Phantom, like, revival, please bring all these characters back. Like, seriously, Nickelodeon, you need to bring the show back. Yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself. In fact, why don't I talk about the one thing that everybody doesn't really like to talk about? Okay, maybe it's time I start talking about what ended it all. Okay, now here's one thing you should know. Before I started watching the series, I was actually pretty spoiled by the ending already. Because, you see, I started reading some Nicktoons fan fiction by some people, and apparently I found out a few things that somehow really confused me. Like one of them was Danny and Sam becoming a couple, and I'm like, wait. Because when I read fanfics, I was like, wait, what? But weren't they just friends? And apparently, I forgot they had, you know, some romantic moments together. Which I should have thought about, but I had no idea what the heck shipping or fanfiction was back then, so, yes. And, well, another thing was Tucker becoming mayor. I'm like, what? Like, when I saw that one, I'm like, is that like a random fan thing, you know, that fans love? Because I know My Little Pony has a lot of cool fan ideas that would go great, you know, for the future of the main six. But this just confused me. I'm like, I don't remember him ever having an interest in wanting to become mayor. I'm like, what? When did that happen? And so, you know, and that was pretty much one of the reasons why I wanted to watch the show again. And also, I noticed they were including Danielle in their fanfics. Like, you know, Danielle, the ghost girl, you know, who's Danny's clone and cousin. which I just remembered was what ends season 2. God, how awkward of me. I'm sorry, people. I just forgot, and it just slipped into, it just never came back to my head. But anyways, people were including her to family. I'm like, did that really happen? But then when I finally started watching the show, I realized, what? She only got 2 appearances. Are you kidding me? Yeah, again, way to go, Nickelodeon. You only had to give one character that seemed really good just 2 episode appearances. Seriously. But, yes, if only a 4th season could have been in development, that is. So, after that, after watching all, the 2 seasons and finally getting to the 3rd season, I was finally ready to watch season 3 finale, and oh boy. Well, okay, so I know most people don't really like it, but here's what I want to give here. I'm going to give you guys my honest opinion on it. I was actually okay with the episode because I realized, okay, can't be all that bad, right? I mean, it's just a series finale. But here's one thing you should do. If there's a show, that ended a long time ago that you still like to watch, here's one thing you should do. Just give the final episode one watch and then just stop. Because you obviously don't want to you probably don't want to feel hopeless or sad because you just finished the whole series. Which is how I felt. I mean, I didn't feel sad, but I was pretty hopeless and a little bit upset for Nickelodeon still canceling it. Gosh darn it. And all that. So, yes. And, well, you know what? I actually wanted to do something, after it ended. Like, if you guys remember, a few years back, after I, completed the entire series and, watched Phantom Planet, I decided to make a random video of my ponies parodying, the kissing scene between Danny and Sam in Phantom Planet. And, it was just a random, them, making the episode and, the whole kissing scene, which I thought would be a surprise to them. Like, we'll make it a surprise. Yeah, I just figured, and also in the description of that video, I also wrote that I finally watched the episode, and that I would, and that I thought maybe making it would have been a good idea, and also that I was a huge fan of the ship, which I know a lot of you say is rushed, but come on, at least give it a chance, because, maybe at one point, if the series comes back, they're probably going to continue on with it, so you'll have to forget about that one ship. You anti-fan ship with Mary Sue's, even though I completely respect your opinion, I'm alright with what you got. But as for some of you other fans who ship, Danny with a character from another fandom, I mean, it's okay and all, it's probably still not going to work out, though. But I can see why you want to do it, because, you just don't see Danny's relationship with Sam working out, so you just go with the whole idea, just do what him and all the other Nicktoons do in Nicktoons Unite, just have them go to, other dimensions and fall in love, which I'm okay with. I mean, at first when people say they don't like it, I have a bit of a shock reaction at first, but I'm like, you know what, it's their opinion, you can't judge, so, So yeah, so obviously I respect your guys' opinion on what you think of it, because, I'm a very nice person, and I don't really mind other people loving it, so, yes, that's basically it, and, you know what, that was basically what happened. And so, just after I watched Phantom Planet, and, just seeing what went on, like, I just noticed there were a lot of things that just appeared out of nowhere. I'm like, okay, did they just add that in because because they had no idea what to give that character? I mean, really, why? Just why? But yes. So, I think maybe that's all I have to say on this. So, thank you guys once again for watching another little My Thoughts. So, anyways, maybe next time, if I find maybe a movie or TV special relating to something, I like, I'll do a My Thoughts on it. And all that, or, maybe if Nickelodeon makes a new cartoon, I'll do that as well, like what they did with their Bug Salad, cartoon that they aired on their channel, on their YouTube channel. So, yes, bye guys.